Yeah, thank you, Justin. And yes, really great to be on this panel. I think that with the given changing geopolitical situation and also given the tension actually going on in the world, I think China still wants to stick to multilateralism as far as China is concerned. For example, China is really aimed at join all those open economic system. China still wants to have support the WTO reform. China is actually joined the RCEP, the largest free trade agreement in the world now. China applied to join CPTPP. I think that I may also personally think that China probably open to this Indo-Pacific economic framework if it's really want to tackle climate change and all those new initiatives that China could be a part of that. But also China is really still working on this Belt Initiative. But again, I think the world is really geared to the more tension, and then there's more geopolitical conflict, like the war happened in Ukraine right now. So we see this more security alliance that's going on. That we have, of course, NATO expanding, and then we have Five Eyes, we have AUKUS, which is in the Pacific region, and we have Quad, and so all those military or security alliance could be really sending some alarm signal that maybe the world is divided into camps. So I think for China, as far as we can see, is China still wants to stick to the UN charter. The national sovereignty, territorial integrity should be respected, and China is also now having a difficulty to combat this COVID because it's coming back, and China has 1.4 billion people. So they experiment all kinds of mechanisms to tackle that. But I'm sure as long as China contains this, China will open again and welcome all the international friends, business coming to China. And also I think Paris Peace Forum is doing great to sending out all those new messages and new multilateralism, which I think China is really wants to support and wants to be part of that. Thank you, Justin. And no, I think that absolutely, that China actually enjoyed greatly joining the international system. I mean, opening up 4 decades ago symbolized China really embraced the global system, and also China has completed 2 Olympics. Again, another event that embraced the global system and globalization. I think China joined WTO is also a big event that has actually benefited not only China but also the world. China now contribute 1/3 of global GDP growth and become the largest trading nation with 130 countries. And China continued, and also lifted 800 million people out of poverty, 10 years ahead of the time, realizing SDG 2030 agenda, alleviating poverty. So I think there's many benefits of the joining this global system. And again, now we are seeing this global system is under some challenge now, should I say, because we see the military security is really taking the theme of the day, and the military budget has gone up, and the situation is getting really risky. I mean, particularly after this Russian invasion of so. What I think is that maybe we should promote economic globalization continuously, inclusively. Let's set up a more economic alliance, also this Indian Pacific economic framework. If it's economically benefiting, I mean, China should be part of that, and it should really be great. But also China should raise, now with the United Nations Human Rights Commissioner going to visit China and actually landed in China already. We hope that we can continue the comprehensive investment treaty with EU that has been signed. Another thing I see that we can really seek common ground. I know that China, John Kerry, U.S. envoy on climate change, and China Minister Xie Zhenhua is meeting in Dallas now and talking about climate change, where we have signed agreement on that. And also, again, and we could do things like infrastructure, where we've heard our EU panelists just mentioned about this global gateway that the EU had announced 300 billion euro to support that, and President Trump announced 1.3 trillion to support that. And then, of course, China has an even bigger budget for that Belt and Road. Why can't we have AIB, World Bank, and AFDB, Inter-American Development Bank, all banks, development banks work together to support the global, initiative on the infrastructure. So we need to find common ground, climate change and infrastructure, pandemic fighting. Again, we need the WHO really taking some leadership, propose some international guidelines and travel lifting measures that we can really promote in, and also migration, talent flow, many things. I think that which is Paris Peace Forum is really aimed at to promote this multilateral system. So we want to strengthen that. I think China wants to be really part of that and avoid this kind of geopolitical tension like AUKUS, Quad, Five Eyes, or multilateral in Asia, things like that. We really need to avoid that.
Thank you, Henry.
Yeah, it's great to speak after Arancha, because she was the assistant DG of the WTO. What I can see is that after Second World War, the trade has gone up everywhere in the world 500 times. That we've been really living a prosperity war. We are totally intertwined, and we are living such a very abundant and healthy life than used to be. So I can't imagine which family is still going to send their kids to the war, to the battleground. We are horrified by what happened in Ukraine. I mean, that reminds us we cannot go back to the 70, 80 years ago that we have a large world scale, conflict. So again, I would really think that we should strengthen this global governance system on the trade, on the World Bank, IMF, AIB, the Paris Peace Forum, so that really we can get multilateralism stay and continue resistantly, and so that we can really, resist this attempt of having a war around the world.
Paris